That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says the Sifu gets to choose who sees the Sifu, but he'll let you give it a try.
Zata is the muy totloho. Kariesne statse. Paro, yaput.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The wall that separates them from the other side, the wasteland you came from. He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves, to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says fear and hatred is the only path to domination, but you already know that. So embracing that side of you and helping them vanquish the tribes and letting the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life should be an easy decision. He expected you'd join them. You understand that the universe runs on the principle that the one who dominates others runs the show. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can vanquish the other tribes. The one he wants to deal with first is the Myriad tribe. The Myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but uniting the tribes and saving the Tree of Life won't change anything. You must stop living in the past. Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but they refuse to be the victim here.
Paro.
They have no intention of letting this drag out, or they'll run the risk of teaching the enemy their art of war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Paro.
You both share dark thoughts, so they want to wage a war. A war where all that's left behind is casualties.
Paro, perfetta.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon.
Perfetta.
Once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin.
Perfetta. Is the moi.
The only kin who count are the kin that are left standing at the end of the war. Let's focus on making that our kin, not theirs.
Skuni.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Is the moi inatofo. Del novasi ale. Lord.
Jackney doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
Noi, cremo.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good.
Inatofo. O visoko dolatsi ne iglese.
Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't wait.
Ale.
He can't blame you for not remembering, but he can sense the stillness of something lost.
Zata.
You have orders to follow.
Onis porenos odlisini.
Says talking to you was interesting. The tree needs our help. Says you should take care. Claims to have strange things from the dead zone that are so rare they need to be seen to be believed. Says they're known for their high-quality goods. Wonders if you should be hiding during the day. So many wishes you goodbye. Peddler is eager for you to have a look at the wares.
Crucial à la fruits neuve.
The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort.
Crania matual. Just a full œil.
Says the Sifu decides who the Sifu wants to see, but is willing to let you give it a try.
Ja put.
You have orders to follow.
Od listening over.
Seem... Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Chop, chop! It's starting to add up. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He's happy his good mood is infectious. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. Doing just one thing helps you get more done in less time. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. You can never try too hard. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. You have to keep working on it if you want to be good at it. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. His only interest when creating is that what he comes up with is actually useful. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He thinks you're truly a kidling of your environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He says you don't really need a weapon when you're born one. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks mastering the 6 weapon styles of Wang Fu is more than enough for anyone. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day she gets, especially the ones you share together. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. Then start by meeting her on the village square and take it from there. She knows you're a free spirit, always on the move, like the wind. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are.
Mata, ole pepsalora, ematua moana.
He says you're right. Nobody can tell him what he can and can't do, and that includes you.
Kalino?
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Anora kapapum.
She says it's nice of you to consider them, but they have weapon training at sunrise tomorrow, so they'll need all the rest they can get.
Inyavaldu.
The most important thing is that you're okay.
Masan
It's time to focus on your training now.
Tropal. Amun.
You won't need excuses if you are strong in your conviction. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Cherry la fia, badan udidimada, bushada.
Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling.
Circa full de horse.
Training with Muma will make you feel better. It always does.
Mich madam wagomo nash vaya.
He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll leave the quick part to you. You're the martial artist, after all.
Will sila goyo.
He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics. He's curious to see what you've found.
Vaksan u intabadan kamaglai, intabadan farujudu.
He's all for renewal and has even considered making the trip out into the wilds to look for a bionucleus pool and refresh his DNA.
Intabadan farujudu.
He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle.
Kidlo, e kanishala vai bestilka.
Says at least dirty hands are proof that you tried, and that counts. That you failed this time doesn't mean you can't succeed the next.
Mansela fan.
He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found.
fuksu iskuajehan joskava.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Kah,
He knows she's already proud of you and everything you've achieved so far.
tseni ne naften.
You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
Guga,
He thinks you should. She'll be proud of you.
mishaku hare zavania?
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this.
Sadurutu.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Sadurutu.
Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be.
Arialoche nui mumera. Anora kapapum.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
Anora kapapum. Ansonbara.
But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies don't hit back.
Kodotuku.
That's a good attitude as long as you keep learning.
Monibasa.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Ruhemuktono.
That's all she's ever asked of you.
Ben nampusa. Monibasa.
Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz.
Antoro. Pala.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Chialdo male canorutono.
Says he's always thought so well of you, just like her. Catchy.
Dere.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Chialdo male canorutono.
Figuring that out is half the fun.
Tropalo canamunt.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device.
Taifanamenuma.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Ruhemuktono.
You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you.
Katjatopolupta.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Asana yotutupu.
Everything ends, both good and bad. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire.
Ate ko baba sa ting.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Masana.
He wants to destroy her. The time to fight is coming, whether she's ready for it or not.
Asil matu. Kodotuku. Sana yote.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead.
Amu.
She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. History has finally caught up with her.
Ben nampusa. Aria roche nui numera.
She loves how brave you are, but she can't be worrying about you while she fights. This is her fight. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. sharp. You might want to fall back. It was harder than expected to take down the Fluff Hulk. They've received news a Ronin joined the tribe's ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of Jagni warriors are already waiting for you at Myriad's Vespidut outpost. You should hurry there and help them storm the outpost. Mercy is for the weak. The Jagni tribe seek no one's sympathy. Better not keep the war party waiting. Look, an emergency box from the old day. Wow, bet that knuck makes a tight fist. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Flash the slash. Person. You're on the ropes. That's more for the hero you're going to be. It's a wild sensation to be away from the open air. Faster than ever. What doesn't kill you? That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried.